العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. قال الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد: فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. وقال تعالى: وقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: نعمتان مغبوب فيهما كثير من الناس الصحة والفراغ، أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. As we see in the UK, the summer months, and then we have regarding the summer holidays coming up and the time that a person has, especially those who are not working or those who are working as well, but have got so much time which is on their hands. How does a person try to deal with this aspect of time? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created time, and when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created something, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is outside of time. The creation of His creation, time is a creation, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is outside of this. So we are bound by certain rules, certain constrictions, time constraints and so forth. We are bound by it. We only have a certain amount of time in this dunya. This is how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants it to work. This is the system of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala puts a system in place, there's nothing that can change the system of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So then when a person realizes that I've got a certain amount of time, I've got a certain amount of time in this dunya, I've got a certain amount of time during the day, what shall I do with this? How do I deal with this? We see a lot nowadays where when the students have finished their exams or they finished their school and they've got holidays after holidays and day after day, and then you ask them regarding what you're going to do this holiday, what you're going to do regarding the summer holidays, what we're going to do, we've got so many days free, weeks free, months almost, some have got months free. What happens and what do we do? Have we sat down with them? Have we made a plan with them? Or are they going to be waking up at 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon and then going out for a bit and then coming back and then playing games and then going to sleep at, again, 1 or 2 in the morning? And this is what we find. And some people are struggling with this. Some parents are struggling with this. So how do I put some boundaries with my children? How do I look after my children in a certain way where now they're at least using their time wisely? And when a parent now has children, when a parent is raising children and the tarbiyah of children is there, when a person tries his best, a person must realize that when you have children, you've got responsibility of looking after them. And part of the looking after is obviously now implementing your laws inside of the house, having certain boundaries, all for the aspect of love. You love them, you love your children, and you want the best for them. But when a person gives them that freedom and starts to now give the duties that you have yourself, the responsibilities of making tarbiyah of the child yourself, you're handing that towards the PlayStation, or you're handing it towards the TV, and you're handing it onto social media. Yeah, you go look after my child. You go spend time with my child. I got no time for my child, but here you go, you can spend time with this. And that will now teach my child whatever he needs to. And that's what we've come up to now. We're lazy as parents. Lots of us are now lazy as parents. Why? Because now we found easier ways to try and deal with comfort and luxury. Some have come from really harsh backgrounds, tough backgrounds, where you have to make effort upon effort. And now once they reach the land of comfort and luxury, and now they've got so much time and it's ease, now what happens? They get addicted to ease. They get addicted to luxury. They get addicted towards having a comfortable life. And now what happens is that, I need my comfortable life. My responsibilities that I'm supposed to have, the phone can do it for me. The tablet can do it for me. Why do I need to do this? I don't need to do this. I can't be bothered to do this. They're old enough now, that's it. They can do what they want. And then when the person realizes and gives them so much freedom And now they're getting advices, good, bad, from different areas around the whole globe, because that's how it is now. It's now global. And on the edge of our fingertips, you have the whole globe. And now you're giving that access towards the child, you're giving that access towards the youngster. And now he goes everywhere around the whole world. He travels around the whole world. He speaks to everyone around the whole world, but he can't speak to his own father. He can't speak to his own mother. He can't speak to his own siblings. And he struggles in interviews. He struggles in school. He struggles in social interactions with anybody really. When you go outside, he can't speak to anybody. Doesn't know how to speak. So the anxiety level is going up. Now he can't speak to people. What are people going to say to him? Depression sets in. All of these things are happening towards the youngsters. And parents, we're looking at this, and we're walking, and we're literally looking at them, walking down a dark hole, and say, yeah, go on. Here's the path, I'll clear the path for you, go down this path. So there's a big issue in society nowadays, where, first of all, we don't have a target for our children. We don't know what to do with our children. How? Because they're living in this kind of modern world. How do we deal with this? How do we manage this? So these are certain questions that should be coming inside of your mind, and now trying to go and ask for advice, or trying something which is proactive inside of their lives, so they can get a good life. They can get something which is now education. It's very easy for us to try and to say, okay, apply for the school, and you go to school, and that's it. One application, and then 5 years is done. Now high school comes, one application, another 5 years is done. I don't have to do much. It's one application and 5 years of education. But when it comes to a bit later, now they're making decisions. Now they don't know what decision to make. Who are they supposed to go to? Dad, help me out. What should I do? Oh, just go uni. Okay, let me go uni. Any questions regarding this? Any advice regarding? No, nothing regarding this. Just go. Do what you want. I'm doing my thing. I'm earning. You go and do what you want. This is how it is. There's no advice given to the child. There's no tarbiyah given to the child. There's no vision and trying to instill something inside of him that, what is your purpose in life? What's your meaning in life? That yes, go and work, but there's a higher meaning, there's a higher purpose. Lots of us, when we find the children, especially the youngsters, when they got time, you find that they're involved in games for many hours. Many hours. You call them, they don't listen. You tell them to do this, they don't listen. Now they're getting more bold. Now they're getting more rebellious. Now they're having different things and different moods inside of there. Especially when they grow up, especially when they're becoming teenagers, especially when they're 12, 13, and now they're growing up, and their body is changing, their mind is changing, and they're experiencing different things. We find because now a person has got so much access to different things, what's happening is that all and every single thing is found, and there's absolutely no restrictions. See, in the past, when in the 90s and the 80s and the 70s, where you find many of the people, maybe they used to go and watch a program, and the program used to come maybe on a Friday night, and used to be on a certain time, and used to be only for 1 hour or half an hour. Then what happens is that you go, and the people will wait for that time, and they'll go watch their program, and then they have to wait another whole week to come, and then do it again, and then watch the program again. But it wasn't something which is consistent again and again and again, meaning it wasn't something which is taking up the whole time. So what's happening now is that everything now is put into repeat. Everything is put into a playlist. Everything is now onto TV series, where now is watching, another one is watching. We call it binge watching. And now they're going 1 hour to 2 hours to 3 hours to 6 hours to 7 hours in a row. Why? Because they're hooked. They're hooked on all of these different things. And what happened as parents? We're sleeping. We're in our bedroom, we've given them the phone, we've given them a tablet, and we're sleeping. We've got our sleep, we go to our work, we do everything that we have to do, and responsibilities of the house and the food and everything else. When you're coming to the child, let the phone do its work, let the internet do its work. That's it. That's how it happens. And for the youngsters as well, it's very important to realize the amount of laziness in society nowadays. The amount of laziness in society is on a very high level at the moment. It's gone over the top. People are addicted to laziness. People are addicted to doing nothing. People are addicted to chilling out and relaxing and not actually doing the work. In the past, there used to be a lot of effort. But when it comes to effort, it only comes when there's something there, then there's effort. When there's someone behind you, then there's effort. When there's something which is dangling the carrot, then there's effort. Then there's enticing. Then there's enthusiasm. Why? Because they see something at the end of the end of the effort. When it comes to our degrees, when it coming to our papers and our exams and the results, no one sees effort on our results. I made hours upon hours of effort. That's written down on your CV. No one writes that on your CV. You just write there, did you pass? Did you get your degree or not? You got your degree, you write there, you got your degree. Masters, you got this, PhD, you got this, and so forth. It only says the outcome. On your CV, you'll only say outcome, pass, fail, whatever you got. And if it doesn't mention, oh, I spent 6,000 hours upon this. Oh, I wrote this. Oh, I slept, sleepless nights. It doesn't mention nothing like this. I spent so many hours doing this and so many hours doing that. No one's seeing this. Maybe one person spent the whole term doing work, effort, and he comes and he's got a mark. He's got a pass mark. And that person, night before, looks over his books, he's got the same pass mark. And there's a big difference between the two people. That is what you call, in this dunya, everything is to do with the outcome. And people are looking at the outcome. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it the complete opposite. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it the complete opposite. What is the opposite? On the day of judgment, when a person sees his deeds, his record of deeds, what happens? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, don't worry, all of the effort that you've done, I'm writing it all down. All of those nights that you didn't, I'm writing it all down. Everything that how much effort that you've made, I'm writing that all down. Don't worry, that's stored there. It's in a database. It's in a file. It's stored. Don't worry. I've got everything written down for you. I've got witnesses for you. I've got the earth making shahada for you. Don't worry. I've got everything there. So all of the effort is there. A person will be judged according to the effort that person made. So the effort is there, but the amount of laziness is creeping inside our lives. We find it in jobs. People don't want to go out for the jobs. They want to work less. They'll get paid less as well, but they want to work less. That's how it is. When a person asks to do something inside of the house, yeah, I'll do it later. Procrastination, delaying. How many of us do we know that always delay, and nothing gets done? I asked you to go and clean your room, you haven't done it yet. I asked you to go and do this, you still haven't done it yet. I asked you to apply for this, you still haven't done it yet. This is how it is. They keep delaying. Why? Because they're so focused on other things. When you're coming to a normal clip and a video on whether it's YouTube or any other platform on social media, it's 10 seconds long, it's 15 seconds long, it's 20 seconds long, it's short. And when it's short, then the concentration is only for 10 seconds, it's only for 15 seconds, it's only for 20 seconds. Then it's boredom. Then I need something else to entertain me, and nothing is something else to entertain me, and the cycle goes. 1 hour, 2 hours. See, I just want to be entertained. That's all I want to do, is sit down, relax, and be entertained. But this life has got nothing to do with entertainment. Allah mentioned regarding la'ibun wa lahun, play and now futile discussions and just wasting time. How many of us are now involved in this? We don't get things done. We don't improve as a Muslim. A lot of us don't want to come to the masjid anymore. A lot of us don't want to do this and don't want to do that. We're looking for shortcuts. We're looking for ways out. We're looking for anything which is to do with less work. Then that's when a person will. But why? Because he only sees the outcome. Am did I get the tick box done? Did I go to work today? Yes, I want to work. Did I do this today? Yes, I've done that today. And they just go and tick it. Why? They're looking for outcome. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't look at outcome. Allah looks at the effort. And we can see this through the Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam. When they'll come on the day of judgment. Some of the Anbiya alayhi salatu will come on the day of judgment, and some will have 0 followers. 0 followers. Some will have 1 follower. Some will have 3, a handful of followers. Nuh alayhi salam didn't have many followers. 950 years of da'wah, maybe less than 100 followers. Would you call that person successful or failure? If he has 0 followers, would you call that person a failure? No, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, no, you're not a failure. You have done your duty. I've seen your effort. The amount of dua that you made, the amount of time that you got up and you went out and you spoke to the people and you gave my message to the people. No, I've seen your effort. So it's completely opposite. The dunya is all about, okay, what did you do today? Did you get it done today? You done it. Okay, tick box. I've ticked this today, I've ticked that. That's it. But when it comes to the effort, there's no effort. People are looking for a way out. People don't know how to utilize the time properly. So many things get wasted. So many things get wasted. Time is one of the biggest things that get wasted. Because when the person has so much time, he doesn't know what to do. And what happens? Distractions come straight away. So when you're coming to this summer holidays, especially for the youngsters as well, it's trying to use your time wisely. Trying to do and get busy with doing something which is productive. Whether that's education, whether that's work, whether it's to do with something Islamic, whether it's learning something which is important for you. There must be some sort of meaning in life. When a person is involved in games, social media, there's emptiness inside after those 3-4 hours that he spent there. There's emptiness inside. He doesn't feel like it. There's no real feeling of happiness. When you're looking for the pursuit of happiness, it's not in these things. A person doesn't realize this when he's hooked onto games, when he's hooked onto social media. And there's not one platform, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last week there's another one, make that 10. So there's another ones again and again and again. Things are coming more. Now one rival wants to go with another rival and say, I've got another one, come with me and sign up for me. This is what they do, this is what the dunya does. It reels people in. It reels people in. And it gets people in, and now you're going to be sitting on in your sofa, on your bed, and then just watching and being entertained. This is not the life, this is not the purpose. When a person has a purpose in life, you will see him go and really push out, make effort towards something. Those who are CEOs, those who are business owners, ask them if they spend time, how much time they spend on these social media apps. How much time they, apart from the business part of it where they're marketing their business, but apart from that, regarding socially, how much time you're looking for those people in the world that are so-called successful and have money and finances now no issue for them. How much of them are spending their time on these things? So you're looking for people who want to be successful in the dunya, but those who are successful, they're not involved in these things. So okay then, I want to be successful in the dunya. So you're losing your dunya because now you're involved in the social media world. And then what happened is, you're losing your akhirah because you now become lazy. Now not doing anything with your life. You're looking for happiness, you're looking for some sort of contentment, and you're not finding it because it's the wastage of time. Your time is there, Allah has given you the time. It's a gift, Allah has given you so much. Ask that person who's passed away for 1 minute. Ask that person who's passed away for 1 minute, give me 1 minute. You've got hundreds, thousands, millions of minutes, but yet we're wasting them. It's going down the drain. Ni'matan. There's 2 ni'mat. Mentions here regarding as-sihhat wal faragh. Faragh, you got so much time. All of us have time. When something turns up, I've got no time, I've got no time, I've got no time. Everyone has time. Everybody has time, they can fit something in. When something happens to them, they move some stuff out of the way and try and get that stuff done. And the amount of time that we're spending on something which is to do with the dunya, not necessities, leave the necessities, work is necessity. Your toilet and your food, and that's necessity. Spending some time with the family is fine. But you got so much hours. A person has so much hours. When a person has got so many hours, then what's happening? What are we doing with this? And this is where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentions it in the hadith, that Allah will ask you these questions. What do you do with your time? I gave you good health. I gave you wealth. I gave you so much. What do you do with it? And then you're going to go and then stand in front of Allah, and can you give the excuse? I spent this many hours, I spent that many hours, gaming, this and that. You're looking for certain things and it's not there. All of us are looking for these things, but we're not there. We can't spend time wisely. Every single insan is in loss, except for those people that have iman, they do good actions. They go and he encourages the people for haqq, for truth. Amr bil ma'roof, nahi al munkar, they're doing something good. And obviously when a person does this, he has to have patience and sabr. Lots of us don't have any patience. We find a lot of the people are going into colleges and university. So many now, I do 1 year and then I change my course. I do another year and another change, another. And I'm not happy with this course, I'm going to do another course. That was too hard for me, let me change the course. And you're changing courses, you're losing time. You're losing time. Why? Because there's no advice given him from before. No one gave him that advice from before. The career advice, what to do, how to do these things. No one taught him sabr. No one taught him that if you do something hard, that is something hard, don't give up. Or just give up and do something else. That's not what a mu'min is. That's not what a believer is. A believer prepares from the time before. He makes mashwara with the correct people. He goes and makes mashwara for those people that are finished their GCSEs, for those people that are going in towards different aspects of education. What mashwara have you made? Who are you making mashwara with? I need to spend the next few years of my life, and I'm going to ask a teacher about something which he's got no information about. So you go and make mashwara with the right people. Go and ask these people, what do I need to do for the next few years? I'm good at this, I'm good at that, and so forth. And then now you're interested in a certain subject, who do you speak to? You'd rather speak to those people in the field. This is why, for the past year or two, or the past few years, for those people that have come in, either to myself or some other brothers inside of the masjid, and we said, look, they want to do this and they want to do that. We go and get them in touch with certain people in the community that are in this field. I know many people that have got different fields here. All of you are in different type of fields. Some in IT, some in account, some in this and that. So then those people that are coming up, we go and getting them in touch with those people who are in that field and say, look, this person here, he just finished his GCSEs, he wants to go down this route, what's the best route for him? Do you have any contacts? Do you have any advice for that person? This is what we do. I don't know anything about it, but I can get in contact with certain people. But the whole point is that you must make mashwara. You must go and, I want to spend these next few days, rather than going there, trying something out, spending and wasting time, saying it's too hard for me, and now what happens is that you lose track of time, you lose another year, and now you're going to go and do this, you know you're going to do that, and you're lost in life, and now you're going to be working down around the corner in the local shop, and then it's going to be very hard for that person. So all of these things is about really having a vision in your life, and that comes from the parents, that comes from the child, using it wisely for your own dunya, but also for deen's sake. What can I do for regarding deen? I'm going to go into university now, so much fitna, what do I do? How do I go and defend myself regarding all the fitnas outside? What do I do here? So these are certain questions that must come inside of a person's mind. I'm going down this route, how do I deal with this? There's so much debt I can get, there's so much interest which is involved regarding this. Is there a way out? Is there another way? Can I do something about this? Then there's offers. There's so much information regarding an Islamic way of doing certain things. But you must come, you must ask, and you must have some sort of fervor, and that comes from the heart. When a person doesn't have this, then where's he going to end up? He's going to end up somewhere, and in debt, and he's going to end up in a place where he's not going to be happy. And now he's wasting even more time to try and get rid of this debt. And now he has to go and spend time where he could be spending something on good. Now he's spending on something which he has to go on evil. So this is something which is very important in a person's life, that you must use your time wisely, but it has to be from preparation. Prepare yourself in a certain way, and now where you have a certain target, and then go for that target as well. This is too with your deen and your dunya as well. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks you regarding this. You have wealth, you have your health, you have your time. Use that time wisely. Allah will question you on these things. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us the ability to act upon what has been said. Utilize our time wisely, so when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala meets us, He is happy with us, and He accepts all of our actions. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanallah wa bihamdihi. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.